Hey guys, it's your friend Katsketch here. As you can tell by my outfit, today we're gonna do a very festive makeup of the Grinch. Dr. Seuss, the Grinch, they're coming out with the animated version, but I decided to do a more realistic one, a Grinch 2.0, if that's the case, because I've done this makeup on my channel before, but it was so bad. It was before I went to makeup school. It was with wax, which does not work for this, and you can see through the paint, you can see the actual wax. So as you can tell, I really wanted to redo this makeup. It needed it. So let's dive right in to turn into the Grinch in this super cool prosthetic makeup. First of all, I'm tying my hair back, and then I'm getting this awesome prosthetic. It is actually, I think, also a puppy dog face prosthetic, and is also slash Grinch. It could work for both. I got this prosthetic from mostlydead.com. You should definitely check them out down below. Once I fitted that onto my face, I'm gonna get some pros-aide. Then with the disposable makeup sponge, I'm putting pros-aide not only on the prosthetic, starting off with the nose piece, but I'm gonna put it on my actual nose and the tops of my cheekbones and cheeks. Anywhere that I think the prosthetic is going to fit on my face, then I'm just going to put that prosthetic very easily and gently. You do not want to mess this up. Be very patient because you don't want to fold in the edges. Speaking of edges, we're going to get a Q-tip with more pros-aide to very lightly seal those edges. Make sure they're glued onto our face. Once all your edges are done, we are going to put more pros-aide with a Q-tip on the forehead, but around the eyebrows. This is very important. Do not put pros-aide on your eyebrows or else they are gonna rip off your face when you take the prosthetic off. So don't put any adhesive of pros-aide on your eyebrows, around it. Speaking of eyebrows, to save our eyebrows, I'm gonna put some glue stick and powder on them to act as a barrier so that when I put pros-aide on the prosthetic, it doesn't actually go on my brows. I did about 4 layers of glue and powder, waiting for each layer to completely dry for brow blockers before putting the pros-aide side of my prosthetic on my actual forehead area, overlapping the nose prosthetic too. This pieces together like a puzzle, and you don't have to put it all the way up into your hair, because we're gonna put a Santa hat there anyway, so it doesn't have to adhere all the way at the top. Now I'm getting this red stipple sponge, cutting off a piece, then getting some liquid latex, and we're gonna start stippling on them edges. We want the edges to seamlessly blend into our skin texture. So what this liquid latex is gonna do is make it look like this is part of our face, so there won't be as many edges on where your skin begins and the fake skin of the prosthetic begins as well. Do not get this in your eyes. Please don't. Just don't. Be careful, kids. Making sure that's completely dry, all them edges of liquid latex, before getting some pros-aide again with a disposable makeup sponge, doing a light layer all the way around on every single inch of this prosthetic. This is a foam latex piece, again from mostlydead.com. This is going to have a layer of stickiness so that our paint really adheres to this prosthetic with the pros-aide on in between it. Once all that pros-aide's on, we're gonna make sure it's completely dry before getting our paint. My favorite paint for prosthetics like this is Mel's Pax paint. I'm using some pastel yellow at first, putting that on my prosthetic, stippling it everywhere. You really want to make sure you get in those cracks and grooves and crevices of this Grinch face, his smile and laugh lines, in between the crevices of his nose and brows. You want to get both the nose piece with the chin and the top head piece. I know the Grinch doesn't look like butter, he's green, but this is just a layering base color that looks like we spread margarine all over our face. Once you get that layer completely dry, we are going to get some Monster Green Mel Pax paint. With, again, a disposable makeup sponge. What I love to do with this is really dunk the color with one disposable makeup sponge on your face and then blend it out with a clean sponge. This makes it so that you can control color of the green, so you can see through the green a little bit to have a yellow tone. Because the Grinch is bright green. It's not pure dark forest green. You really want his skin to show the the true green and brightness of the yellow tones in it. Once that paint is all on every single inch of that prosthetic, we're gonna get some more prosthetic paint in the color Raven. I'm getting that with a Q-tip to get in between the cracks and crevices, grooves of his smile laugh lines, around his eyes, especially all the frown marks. The Grinch is so expressive, so you really want to make sure you get all those grooves of his frowns. Then I'm gonna get some light green paint and put that over as some highlight marks on top of all the paint we did, like in his nose and cheeks and forehead. It's just gonna give more depth and make it look a little bit more realistic. It's kind of like a Kelly green, and we're gonna make sure all that's completely dry before getting our Ben Nye Death Wheel palette. We're getting a light green color in that and putting that around our eyes. And we're not only gonna stop there, we're gonna get a green color from this Mayrom palette because it's a more brighter green, and mix that and put that around our bottom and top eyelids. The skin on the bottom and top eyelids where we don't have the prosthetic touching. We're also putting it on our lower lip and chin, and you don't want to forget the sides of our face, areas that are gonna show, even your ears or your neck if you want to do that, and stop where your costume's gonna hit and put that light green on top of it, covering any area that shows that you're human and you want to be Grinchy green. And now it's time to powder and set all that makeup with a large powder puff and some translucent setting powder, dusting off the extra that may try to settle into those fine lines and cracks. To get even more of the dusting powder off of your skin, I am going to get some alcohol paint. You get a dark color for your nose, alcohol or cream-based paint to make that nose the dark forest green that it is, and the little holes on his nostrils, near his nostrils where the whiskers come out, deepening in with some green alcohol paint around the smile lines. You get some cream paints around the eyes to do more detail. I'm getting this dark brown cream paint around my eyelids to get some liner. And on our laugh lines, I'm getting some green alcohol paint and some more dark brown alcohol paint just to give more definition. Now it's time to curl our lashes for some mascara because the Grinch has lashes too. You can even put some giant false lashes on, but I'm gonna do some green eyeliner to make sure you don't see the human skin color on the inside of my eyelids, and color my waterline. Now we're not done with there. The Grinch needs some highlighter. I'm doing some light yellow paint as like a highlighter on top of his cheekbones and certain parts of his nose and nostril, and maybe a little bit on his chin as well. We're mixing these colors to give him more realistic look, like what would the Grinch look like in real life. And now it's time for some hair. I got some crepe wool that I blended together myself, getting some matte adhesive or spirit gum and tapping in this crepe wool onto my brow bone to make some Grinchy brows. Crepe wool is a item in the effect shops that they use to make fake beards and facial hair, and even I'm using it to do some eyebrows. I got some bright green and some blonde, straightened out the hairs, and then blended the colors together to make it a little more realistic. It's not gonna be just straight green hair. The Grinch has some tones of like yellowy blonde throughout it. It's very, very messy to make some Grinch brows and brows in general and facial hair in general, especially with crepe wool. You want to make sure you don't cut yourself or drip any adhesive in your eye. Making sure to style this brow with a little swirly curly Q. You could put some hairspray in it too. I'm getting more of that cream yellow paint to put in the brows to define it a little more, make it look more realistic. Then getting that matte adhesive or spirit gum on the side of our face and doing more hairs, because the Grinch has hair almost all over his body. And he has sideburns that go up to his hairline, so we are pasting that on now. Now putting my Santa suit back together and painting a little bit of those Grinchy hairs yellow again. And we cannot forget our Santa's hat, making sure it's in place so that we don't see the inseam of our prosthetic, but we can still see our fabulous brows. Then I got my huge Santa's coat that I absolutely love. And we're not done there. I am actually gonna dry off my teeth so I could paint them with some dingy yellow tooth paint. You can only use paint that you can use on your teeth for this. And make sure that's completely dry. And after that, we are completely done turning into the Grinch from Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to see the new animation that's going to be out. The Grinch is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. I am so ready for Christmas and I'm in the holiday mood. Leave me a comment down below on what you would want for Christmas. And now it's time for me to turn back to myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All the products I use in this video, including the prosthetics from mostlydead.com, will be listed down below in the description box as always. This was so much fun to do. It was so much work, but so worth it. To prep and to put this makeup on my face, it definitely probably took me, I would want to say 12 hours or so, just to straighten out each individual hair for his brows and sideburns and everything, and blend the colors of the greens and blondes together. And before that, you had to straighten them out. Facial hair takes so much time, but it's so worth it. I can't wait to make more videos for you guys. Subscribe to this channel for videos every Monday and Friday. So much more things coming in the future. Can't wait to show you all. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.